The trailer begins with a slow, wide shot of Earth from space. But this is not the bright blue planet we remember. The colors look faded. Clouds move slowly across a sky that feels heavy and tired. There is no music yet. Only a low, deep sound that feels like distant thunder. It creates tension before anything even happens. This quiet start makes viewers feel uneasy, as if something terrible has already taken place. Then the camera slowly moves closer to the planet. As it zooms in, the silence breaks with the sound of wind blowing through empty streets. The next shot shows a city, once full of life, now completely destroyed. Buildings stand broken like skeletons. Windows are shattered. Cars are left abandoned in the middle of the road. Dust floats in the air like smoke after a battle. It feels like time stopped the moment disaster struck. There are no people visible, no movement, just silence. This opening tells a powerful story without words. It shows the cost of a battle that has already happened. And the most shocking part is the absence of heroes. In past battles, the Avengers always arrived before total destruction. But here, it looks like they were too late. Or maybe not there at all. The camera continues to move through the ruined city. In the distance, a tall building slowly collapses, sending dust into the sky. The sound echoes across empty streets. This moment adds weight to the scene, showing that the world is still falling apart even after the battle has ended. Then, a soft voice begins to speak. The voice sounds tired, heavy, full of regret. It says, "We thought we had more time." Those few words hit hard. They suggest that the heroes knew danger was coming, but failed to stop it. This creates mystery right away. What was the threat? Why did they fail? And how did the world fall so quickly? As the voice continues, the trailer cuts to another location. The remains of what looks like the Avengers' headquarters. The once powerful base now stands damaged and broken. Parts of the roof are gone. Walls are cracked. The Avengers' symbol, once shining with pride, is now burned and hanging sideways. This image alone carries deep emotion for fans. It represents the fall of Earth's greatest defenders. Inside the broken building, the camera slowly moves through dark hallways. Pieces of metal lie scattered across the floor. Screens are smashed. Lights flicker weakly, turning on and off like a dying heartbeat. The silence inside feels heavier than the destruction outside. It feels like a graveyard of memories. Then comes a moment that feels deeply personal. The camera stops near a broken table. On it lies something covered in dust. An old, damaged arc reactor. Its faint blue glow flickers weakly in the darkness. The light is almost gone, but not fully dead. This single object instantly reminds viewers of Iron Man and his sacrifice. The arc reactor was always a symbol of hope, power, and survival. Seeing it damaged creates emotional weight and raises questions about the future. The voice speaks again. This time, we were not ready. Those words add fear to the story. They suggest that the enemy was stronger than expected, smarter, faster, more dangerous than any threat before. As the trailer continues, the camera moves outside once more. Dark clouds begin forming in the sky. Lightning flashes in the distance, but it does not look natural. The light feels strange, almost artificial, hinting that the danger may not come from Earth at all. This moment begins shifting the tone from sadness to fear. Something is coming. Something massive. Something unstoppable. And just before the first section ends, the trailer gives viewers one final powerful image. A wide shot of the destroyed world, covered in shadow, as thunder echoes across the sky. No heroes appear yet. No battles begin. just silence, and the feeling that the worst is still ahead. The opening section of this trailer does not rely on action or explosions. Instead, it builds tension through atmosphere, emotion, and mystery. It shows a world that has already suffered defeat, setting the stage for the return of heroes and the rise of an enemy unlike anything seen before. And if this is only the beginning, then the chaos that follows may change everything we know about the Avengers forever. Just when the silence feels too heavy to handle, the trailer slowly begins to change its tone. The dark sky remains, the broken cities still stand, but now there is movement. A faint sound begins to rise in the background. At first it sounds like wind pushing through metal, but then it grows louder, stronger. It feels like something powerful is waking up after a long sleep. The camera cuts to a new location, a distant mountain range covered in thick storm clouds. Lightning flashes again, but this time it feels familiar, natural, strong. The clouds begin to spin slowly, forming a giant circle in the sky. The air feels charged, alive with energy, and then, without warning, a massive bolt of lightning crashes down from the sky, striking the ground with explosive force. Dust and rocks fly into the air. For a brief second, everything goes white from the brightness of the lightning. And when the dust clears, a figure is standing in the center of the impact zone. Tall, powerful, silent, holding a weapon that glows with thunder. This is the return of Thor. The moment feels massive, not just because of the action, but because of what it represents. The god of thunder has returned, and he looks more serious than ever before. His armor appears darker than usual, scratched and worn, showing that he has already been fighting battles somewhere far away. His eyes glow faintly with electricity, showing power that has not been fully released yet. The sound design becomes stronger now. Thunder rolls across the sky as Thor lifts his weapon slowly into the air. Sparks of lightning begin to dance around his body. The energy builds, growing brighter and louder, until another bolt strikes down beside him. This moment feels like a warning, not just to enemies, but to the world itself. Then the trailer cuts quickly to another scene. A dark underground facility appears on screen. It looks secret, hidden far from public view. Inside, the lights glow cold and white. Machines line the walls, many of them damaged or unfinished. Sparks fly from broken cables. The camera moves slowly through the room, passing old armor pieces, tools, and screens filled with warning messages. This place feels like a forgotten lab. And then, the sound begins, a slow, mechanical hum. Soft at first, then louder. The camera stops near a large metal platform. Pieces of advanced armor begin sliding into place from different directions. Mechanical arms move with perfect precision, assembling parts together one by one. Metal plates connect. Lights flicker on. Systems begin powering up. Fans instantly recognize this process. It is the birth of a suit. But this is not just any suit. This feels personal. This feels legendary. As the armor locks into position, a bright circular light suddenly turns on at the center of the chest. The glow is strong and familiar, a shining arc reactor burning through the darkness like a small sun. This moment alone sends chills through viewers. Because the symbol is clear. The legacy of Iron Man is not gone. It is rising again. The trailer does not show a face yet. It keeps the mystery alive. Only the glowing chest light fills the screen, pulsing slowly like a heartbeat. The sound of metal locking into place echoes around the room, creating tension with every second. Then, a shadow appears behind the armor. A human figure, standing still, watching. The camera does not reveal who it is, but the shape alone creates excitement and questions. Could this be a new hero carrying the legacy? Or could this somehow be connected to the return of Robert Downey Jr. in a way no one expected? The mystery builds with every second. Then the trailer shifts once again. We see different quick shots of heroes preparing for battle across the world. Each shot lasts only a moment, but together they build energy and momentum. A shield is lifted from the ground. A weapon is charged with glowing power. A figure jumps across rooftops in the distance. These moments are fast but meaningful, showing that the world is not fully lost yet. Hope is still alive, even if it is weak. The music begins to rise now, slowly adding deep drums into the background. Each beat feels like a heartbeat, growing faster as more heroes prepare themselves. The world that once looked dead now begins to show signs of resistance. And then comes another powerful emotional moment. The camera returns briefly to Thor, standing alone on a high cliff, looking down at a destroyed city below him. His expression looks heavy with responsibility. He knows the battle ahead will not be easy. He knows many lives depend on what happens next. Thunder rolls again across the sky, but this time it feels like a promise that the heroes are not finished yet. As this section moves toward its ending, the trailer gives one final dramatic shot. The glowing Iron Man-style armor standing fully assembled, facing forward in darkness. Sparks float through the air around it. The arc reactor shines brighter than before, lighting up the shadows like a beacon of hope. No words are spoken. No face is revealed. Just the silent message that legends never truly disappear. They return when the world needs them most. And if the heroes are rising again, it means something far worse is coming. Just when hope begins to rise, the trailer suddenly shifts into something darker, something far more terrifying. The music, which had slowly started to build, now stops completely. The sound of thunder fades. The glowing armor, the rising heroes, and the growing sense of strength all vanish into silence once again. For a moment, the screen goes completely black. No sound, no motion, just emptiness. And in that silence, a deep vibration begins to echo, slow, heavy, and unnatural. It sounds like something massive is moving, not walking, but shaking the world itself. The black screen slowly fades into a new scene. A wide view of Earth appears once again, but this time the planet looks even worse than before. Dark cracks of red light begin spreading across continents like burning wounds. Entire cities glow with fire. Smoke rises into the sky, forming thick clouds that block the sunlight. The planet looks damaged, weak, and under attack from something far beyond human power. Then, suddenly, a powerful blast of energy shoots across the surface of the Earth. It moves so fast that it leaves a glowing trail behind, tearing through mountains and oceans as if they were nothing. The force is unreal. Entire landscapes collapse in seconds. Rivers change direction. Buildings vanish in flashes of light. The destruction is not random. It feels controlled, as if guided by intelligence. And then, we finally see it. A shadow appears in the sky. At first, it looks like a dark shape hidden inside the clouds. But slowly, the clouds begin to move apart, revealing something enormous standing above the horizon. The figure is massive, taller than skyscrapers, with glowing energy running across its body like veins of fire. This is not just another enemy. This is something far beyond anything seen before. The trailer does not speak the name yet, but the visuals make the message clear. This is the threat that destroyed the world. This is the reason the heroes failed. This is the force that turned cities into ruins and hope into fear. The camera slowly moves closer to the giant figure. With every step it takes, the ground below begins to crack. Shock waves spread across the surface like waves in water. Buildings collapse without being touched. The air itself seems to shake from the pressure of its presence. Then the music begins again, low, deep, and terrifying. A heavy drumbeat starts, matching the steps of the massive figure. Each step feels like the countdown to disaster. Each movement brings more destruction. The sky turns darker, almost black, as lightning flashes in unnatural patterns across the clouds. At this moment, the trailer cuts quickly to different locations across the planet. We see heroes reacting to the threat. In one shot, Thor looks up into the storm-filled sky, his face filled with shock and anger. Lightning forms around his weapon, but this time, even his power looks small compared to what is approaching. For the first time, he looks unsure, as if he knows this enemy cannot be defeated by strength alone. Then another quick shot shows damaged technology screens flashing warning signs. Red alerts appear across the display. Words like system failure and global collapse flash repeatedly, suggesting that even the most advanced defenses have failed. The trailer then shows a brief but powerful visual. The glowing armor linked to the legacy of Iron Man turning slightly toward the sky, as if sensing the threat. The arc reactor shines brighter, reflecting the growing danger. Even without showing a face, the moment feels emotional and heavy. It feels like the past is returning to fight the future. And then comes one of the most frightening visuals in the entire trailer. A massive beam of energy fires from the giant figure's hand, shooting directly into the sky. The beam splits the clouds apart and tears open what looks like space itself. A giant crack forms in the sky, glowing with strange colors, revealing glimpses of different worlds beyond it. This is the moment where the threat becomes clear. This is not just a war for Earth. This is a war for reality. The crack in the sky grows wider, pulling pieces of the environment toward it. Cars slide across roads. Trees bend toward the opening. Debris floats upward into the air as gravity itself begins to weaken. Entire buildings start lifting off the ground, slowly breaking apart as they rise into the glowing tear in the sky. The destruction feels unstoppable. And as the chaos spreads, a deep voice finally speaks. Cold, powerful, without emotion. This world has reached its end. Those words confirm what viewers feared from the beginning. This enemy does not just want victory. It wants total destruction, complete control, the end of everything. At this point, the trailer begins showing rapid flashes of destruction happening across the planet. Oceans rise into massive waves. Cities burn in endless fire. Satellites fall from space, crashing into the Earth like falling stars. The damage spreads faster than anyone can react. For fans who remember past villains like Thanos, this moment feels even more terrifying. Because while Thanos brought destruction through balance and logic, this new force seems driven by pure domination. And compared to threats like Kang the Conqueror, this enemy does not just control time. It appears capable of breaking reality itself. That difference raises the fear to an entirely new level. As this section moves toward its ending, the camera returns once again to the massive figure standing in the middle of destruction. The clouds swirl violently around it. Lightning flashes behind its silhouette, making its shape look even more terrifying. The glowing cracks across its body shine brighter, sending waves of energy into the sky. Then, for the first time, the screen shows a single word appearing in bold, glowing letters. Doomsday. The name alone feels heavy, final, unstoppable. And just before the section ends, the massive figure lifts its arm slowly, preparing another attack. The energy builds again, brighter than before, casting long shadows across the burning world below. The message is clear now. This is not just a villain. This is the end of everything. Unless the heroes rise fast enough to stop it.